husband.
Okay. You call your family and they say, no, you're not coming home. What? They'll win the championship and then come home.
Here's Davis, 4-3 in the win. Oh, it's good! Anthony Davis has won it for the Lakers!
That was Mamba right there. Yeah, Mamba mentality. Big time shot, AD.
LeBron James caps off his 17th year with a triple-double in an NBA championship clincher. This historic 2020 NBA championship belongs to the Los Angeles Lakers.
Ain't seen a duo like this in a long time.
You said earlier tonight, I heard my whole career be more like him. We know that him is, of course, Michael Jordan. This title is going to reignite all those debates. Do you see yourself at the center of that discussion?
It's not for me to question or wonder or debate. But more importantly, at the end of my career, I just hope I made a lot of people proud for the way I approach the game.
All right, we're skipping the cliffhanger that we normally do. Since the Lakers won the title, we know how it ended. But let's get straight to the plot twist. It begins with the Lakers prying Montrezl Harrell, sixth man of the year, away from the rival Clippers. They also traded for Trezz Schroder, acquired Marc Gasol. Richard, what do you think these additions bring to the defending champs?
Okay, so the one issue with the Lakers, people talked about their bench and their second unit and could they score when Bron was out of the game. That's including with AD on the court. They weren't, their offensive efficiency wasn't that great. My thing is, it's very rare that the defending champions can win the offseason. But in order to win the offseason, in my opinion, guys like Montrezl and Schroder are going to have to make sacrifices. This isn't the Clippers. This isn't OKC. You have to fit into what they're doing and then excel while fitting in. So that'll be the one question for the Lakers as they repeat this year.
Yeah, talent-wise, they got better. But when I look at those names they lost, you lost Rondo, who was a championship player.
Yeah,
he understood the moment. Danny Green, he's a championship player. He understands the moment. JaVale McGee, another champion.
Player.
And those type of experience, having that in your locker room is very valuable, more valuable than talent sometimes. And
yeah, but now you got a room full of champions.
Yeah, now you have a room full of championships. But, when it comes down to it, and you got these guys, they're going to be getting big minutes in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And when they get deep in the playoffs, I like those guys that got that type of experience, who understand the moment. But it's always good to have fresh energy, the guys who aren't bored with the moment, guys who are hungry for that now.
First championship.
So that's also a plus also to have these guys.
Well, look, we usually see when a team wins a title, they end up somewhat overpaying some of their guys the next summer, right? Because everybody whose deal is up is like, well, hey, I was a big part of this. You got to pay me too, and that kind of thing. And no one wants to break up a championship team, and those contracts can sometimes end up weighing on that team as it tries to repeat or go forward. The Lakers took a different approach. They were like, enjoy the big payoff that you're going to get from having just won a ring somewhere else.
Yeah.
We will be stocking some new blood here.
They just bullied the free agency.
Yeah, they did.
They were just like, come on.
The Trezz and how you get
and we don't even talk about Gasol.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the bench is a problem. Okay, well, we're going to go get the sixth man and the runner-up for the sixth man that are both 28 years old.
And a former defensive player of the year and a champion.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Must be nice to be in L.A., be a Laker, and have LeBron James. Here are a few games that the Lakers fans should binge watch this season. Tonight against the Clippers, big one, Christmas Day against the Mavericks. Two that, of course, immediately jump off the page. Paul, should the Lakers be on upset alert against Luka and the Mavs on Christmas?
Lakers has got championship hangover. They're not even worried about this game like the Clippers are. If they lose, so what? It's another game. The Lakers is going to be there when it counts.
Lakers ain't.
Please believe that.
They ain't worried about home court. They ain't worried about anything.
No.
They're worried about getting to game 60 healthy and intact, and then they'll worry about everything else.
So no Kristaps Porzingis on Christmas Day.
You know what? I'll change that. They're going to be up for this game.
Yeah.
There's going to be games like they're going to coast through the regular season, but the big games, the national games, they'll be up for this one.
Yeah. LeBron versus Luka.
I expect LeBron to put on
fireworks.
the show.
He knows.
That's must-see TV, by the way.
Bron sees Luka, and it's just like, okay, like you're that guy. Like you're one of the people that I want to. Same with Zion, Tatum. He sees those guys and he's like, I'm going to continue sending a message every single time that we play against each other, just to let them know. You know, when you went against MJ, as this is one of the young boys. Okay, I'm going to go at him every time because I know he's going to come at me.
LeBron gave him a nice triple-double the last time he played. I remember.
But Luka's given him triple-doubles back too over the past few games.
You got to get the win.
No, I totally agree. It's just interesting to me because Luka clearly patterned so much of his game on the way LeBron plays. I mean, literally had him on his wall when he was growing up. We're reaching that point with players coming into the league.
When idols become rivals.
Exactly. And so it's so fun to me to see them go at each other because of the styles there. All right, spoiler alert time for the Lakers. They have the shortest odds to win an NBA title this season, according to Caesars William Hill. Not a surprise, Richard. Do you see the Lakers repeating as champions? What is your official call?
I always say this. I always preface this with health. If the Lakers are healthy, they will be the champion. Like it's going to be too much. I like the Brooklyn Nets, but again, health is going to be a concern for them because they have two guys coming off of injuries and major injury in Kevin Durant. So Brooklyn, I could see them making it to the finals, and then I think Milwaukee and Nets in the finals, but I think the Lakers are the champions.
That would be a fun NBA finals.
That would be a great NBA final.
They were the favorite last year, but they should be the overwhelmingly favored this year. If I didn't think they was going to do it, I guarantee they will this year. And so, like you said, if they're healthy, they should win the title with this roster they have.
All right. Well, we will see starting tonight. Coming up for 4 years, the Raptors gave OG Anunoby 4 years and $72 million. The Magic locked up Jonathan Isaac despite his injury. And they also came to terms with Markelle Fultz on a 3-year, $50 million extension.
Okay, Markelle.
Right? Paul, what did it look like to you to see the Magic show this kind of faith in the former #1 pick where there was a point where he was, he couldn't even get on the court?
Yeah, I mean, more power to you, for them to show this type of, commitment to a guy who we don't really know who he's going to be in the league. I mean, that says a lot of how much they believe in him going forward. He's still a young prospect with room to grow, and so that's what they're betting on.
Well, and this is where we talked about Chauncey Billups.
Right.
It's like just because you enter into the league in your first situation, whether it's because of injury or just not the right dynamic, Chauncey went on to be a Hall of Famer. Like Markelle Fultz has the talent. He was a #1 pick. That means all of the GMs had him top 3. All of the GMs had him top 3. He had him like 2 or 3. That's why I said top 3. But just good for him. Continue working on your craft. It doesn't matter what other people say. Your first destination is not how it always is going to end up.
Yes, and I would say to shout out from me because it is easier to have it all come easy. It is hard when it is harder, and I really admire what Markelle has done. All right, Larry Markkinen, John Collins, and Lonzo Ball, however, among the notable players not extended. They were eligible, but their teams could not come to terms. They will all become restricted free agents after this season. Richard, I want to ask you about Lonzo Ball specifically. Should he feel slighted about not getting extended, or should he feel excited because the free agent market next summer is actually a little more dry than we anticipated, and he could be even restricted, one of the bigger names out there?
Well, he can. And this is what people need to understand. Lonzo Ball's impact is not just on the court. There's a lot of GMs, a lot of teams over there that he has a star power to him. He will put people in the seats. He will sell jerseys, whether it's because of his brother, his overall name. So yes, while New Orleans might have said, hey, your value to us is 12, another team might say your value to us is 15. So he's just going to be a restricted free agent. I think that's a good idea.
Listen, when you're on that rookie deal, you can't wait to get extended.
Can't wait.
So, if the extension doesn't come, he's probably disappointed, especially when you see the other guys getting this type of money. And you're like, shoot, I'm at least worth what some of these guys on the list are worth.
But what if they offered him 75 and he was like, no?
After your rookie contract, you are not turning that down.
What?
Unless you got a lucrative, shoe deal like LeBron had. He could have waited until be a restricted free agent.
Well, it depends on what they're offering, though, right?
I'm disappointed if I'm him. And that should have him with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
For the rest of the season, y'all don't want to extend me? Okay, I'm going to show y'all why y'all should extend me. And that's motivation. And as players, you should use these type of things to motivate you, to make you a better player.
Yeah.
Right, even if it was that they did make him an offer, but he felt it wasn't enough. And so, yes, he can use that as motivation. All right, let's get to Commissioner Adam Silver, who made some very interesting comments on potential expansion yesterday. Now, he's always sort of just flat out dismissed this in the past, which is why this is such a departure, and everyone is reading everything they can into it. Quote, It is sort of the manifest destiny of the league that you expand at some point. And then specifically talking about the pandemic, he said we've been putting a little bit more time into it, dusting off, he said, the analyses of what it would mean to expand than they had been pre-pandemic. But certainly we're not at the point that expansion is on the front burner. All right, so that last sentence is important because people in Seattle were looking to sell tickets as of this morning. And y'all got to slow your roll, but hopefully not too long. Richard, the league hasn't issued an expansion team since 2002, 18 years.
Please,
Where
God,
would you want to see expansion, and why is it Seattle?
Please, God, bring back a team to Seattle. Please, this is what I'm saying. We can have a conversation and we can agree to disagree.
Well, it's usually two teams that they bring in, though. So you can talk about where else.
But we can't agree to disagree because you're wrong. Seattle needs a team there. You played there. I played there. It is one of the best basketball places. And it was, and the reason why the team left was because of politics, not what you saw in Brooklyn and they couldn't get people in the stands and they needed to shift. It was pure, obviously billion-dollar politics, but that's why they left. I don't care who the second team is. I just want a team back in Seattle.
Yeah, well, I really feel there's two destinations. One is definitely Seattle. Great fan base, great sports city.
Right.
I mean, they just won the WNBA championship up there again.
Amen.
The Seattle Seahawks are
huge. 12th man.
Huge. They're great every year, a contender to win the championship. They need this. The other city is Las Vegas. I mean, you can see how Las Vegas is expanding. I mean, you have the Raiders are there now.
Of course.
They got WNBA. And I've even heard rumors that they're building a baseball stadium. That's just a rumor, you know.
They want it all there.
They'll build anything in Las Vegas.
This is another
I'll take Vancouver. I'll take Vancouver before I take Vegas.
Why is that?
What? Because I don't need a reason to go to Vegas. Vancouver.
I would love to see the NBA back in Vancouver.
What?
So I'm gonna.
I mean, Vancouver's fine. That's where my draft was, and it's a lot of fun. But it's not Las Vegas. Let's be.
I think Vegas.
I mean, it's better for the economy.
I don't think our guys are quite mature enough yet.
Well, that is a question, right? Look, there was no professional sports teams in Las Vegas for a long time. People were worried about gambling. Obviously, the attitude about gambling among professional sports leagues has grossly shifted over the last 5 to 10 years. And we now, of course, have the NFL team there. Do you think